Yes, this is Divinity 2 Origins Definitive Edition. Let's get the story started. If I wanted a challenge, I would deal with real life. That's probably not a completely healthy attitude.
I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
The things I do to complete a contract. Being leashed by the Order once was quite enough. Boring. Well, that explains the smell anyway.
Did you expect a needle?
Yes.
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
All right, fair enough.
You there. Come here. Hey. Hey. Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. A gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone scream, set me free, and I'll set you.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister
Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. A clever story. I should have known there'd be trouble.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on...
Ah, free. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad.
What would he have to gain by killing me? I'll have to keep my guard up.
Empty.
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
Empty.
Empty. Wide
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
It seems as though there's a pattern in the bluff.
Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they? The good ship Merryweather. But you can stand at ease there, Private. You do realize you're not in the army.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to sauce. For good.
Bloody murder. Looks like someone's hit the Hall of Echoes a little early.
Yes, this is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear little...
Come on, please, Losa.
That's enough now.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken...
Ah, there you are. Husband. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with what? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You presume right. Nope, trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
It's a register, sir. Good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? Trust me, with Bishop Alexander in charge, things will get a lot better from here on out. He's God-walking, you know. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Murder most...
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened?
In a heap on the floor. She doesn't stir.
Oh! What? What happened? Must have been the turnips. Water? Wine, for good...
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
Oh, that sucks.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud.
Before this thing snaps into splinters. Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid! No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first...
Oh. Yes? Shouldn't you be running or screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to...
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the seafloor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over. Remember, one of your race's weaknesses is having your lungs filled with water until you can no longer breathe.
The skeleton resumes his... The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply it doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen
Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no
You said there were other people down there. We...
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you! There's a ladder right over there.
You're gonna be the death of us.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding.
Wait! Void Woken!
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my...
Let the games begin.
They who are about to triumph.
I thought Voidwoken was supposed to be scary.
We need to move.
We make a pretty good team.
Let's not tarry. This old tub is about to burst.
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
I hear something. It's Magister Sirwan. The one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep
Ripping the ship apart.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Man, I should have gone with the Fiend. Would have been awesome.
So the Order's right about one thing. We attract Voidwoken. Am I the lone survivor? Only one way to find out. Any man who put his likeness in stone is a fool in my book.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child screws up his face and looks at you hard. He lifts his mirror up to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here than inside anyway. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
Void Woken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They made it to shore. I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. The face is familiar. What's left of it? He was aboard the ship.
Water's gorgeous, though. Yep. Really? It's a stick there.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get... Now then, if there's nothing further. If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs, dramatic.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? White. Which goes for the dry parts round here too, I imagine.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost? What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the Seven have mercy on their own creation. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. This and that. Tag along. On the other hand, fine. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, so now that that's settled, even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords... As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, very well. Onwards then to
The Red Prince nods and gives...
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper form. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't... Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear.
A black cat. Maybe my luck is about to change.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at its eyes clear. And...
Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinky... I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say... I never want to set foot on a stuffy old boat ever again. Never!
I am a proud lord. I would not dream of subverting our cause.
Tusa, please.
Your Godwoken has asked you a question. Answer him.
I wonder where this leads.
Hey, look who it
As
is.
the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's leaning over a corpse.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor? Ah! No! Stay back! Don't... Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected. It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for. I chased her here, but she rather seems to have given...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
Why, its face, of course. What other use would I have for some rotting corpse? A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his... I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone.
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Because my own was stolen! Oh! You asked so. If I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features. Oh, don't be ridiculous. I have important things to do. I cannot simply sit about waiting for the rest. Indeed. At least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. I suppose. Circumstances, but you seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am... Of course, the arcane arts arm. I could do that with one hand behind... Splendid. Very well.
You hear a small whimpering sound. The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with...
There are monsters here. Lizard ones and real ones. It's really scary. Master was a lizard. She sent us here. Me, Ma and Pa. It's their fault I'll never see Ma and Pa again. Parents are the best. They take care of you and make sure nothing can hurt you.
Her eyes lock with yours for a moment.
Okay, let's.
Go! Get out! You are not welcome here. Go! You do nothing wrong. I'm not myself. This place. Freya. Please. Please.
They're transforming.
I yield to none. swallowed too much seawater, by the looks of him.
Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters.
That's absolutely kind.
We already know the truth, Magister.
Alexander.
Now stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, you!
Bishop Alexander looks up at the sound of your voice, curiosity on his face. Recognition seems to flicker in his eyes for a moment, but then he shakes his head and looks back towards the suffering Atusa. Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, Dallas.
Yes, your holy... What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
These creatures are so prone to violence. Naturally, the weaker specimens suffer.
Hasn't changed a bit. Always late. I can't wait all day.
She's gone, Father. Gone!
I told him at noon exactly. Didn't I?
Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
She's gone, Father. Gone!
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or a brisket, toll's the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others. This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate. Pay up, elf. No one shorts griff. Especially not one of you. You two ought to be thanking your lucky. Now come on, elf. If you make me say it again, there's gonna be trouble.
Why, yes. Of course I am.
Hello, Dee.
He shifts uncomfortably.
Ah, get out of here.
The elf smiles and...
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Save your spirit to fight the Reaper.
Oh, my... Oh. He smacks your hand away, refusing the potion.
You're trying to kill me, ain't you? Get! Get! Those bleeding fools think they run the place. But I showed them. Shut your trap. Lest you won't...
A little reprieve from the din outside.
Thank you for your help with that, thug. Rare is the human who goes against their own for an elf.
She bows.
In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we know. In the camp, the brute Griff rules. He who gives the bread has the power. I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs I can stand, but I fear the Magisters. Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion, but I can think thank you.
You're too slow! Wait, I call a timeout!
I feel him, but I do not see him.
I magic you, you're dead! Got you! I got you! Shua, shua, shua! Got
The
you!
young girl's eyes are covered, but she...
Hello, stranger. A strange person from a strange time. I see it before my eyes. It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. It helps. Your life is not your own. Your life is for us all.
Her eyebrows shoot up.
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see my protector, my friend? An elf like me, with a spirit bright as new leaves. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish you bring me great peace. I see something that helps. I see a lizard. He is a lizard of many dreams, of far feeling. You do not free Amiro without...
I magic you, you're dead!
So, this is Fort Joy.
Surely you'll have one.
What a crumbling disaster.
I know that look well enough. You're about to pop, ain't ya? Why don't you enter a match and let some of that frustration out? You'll find out.
Leave him be. Don't make me say it again.
Listen, I can help you if you just...
Shut up, elf. This clown caught him stealing from my kitchen.
Still won't say where he stashed my supplies. Sound like someone you'd let off with us caught him red-handed trying to make off with the second crate after he took the first. Went down like a rent boy when we grabbed him. Easy. Supplies. Crate of food. Citrus in particular. All I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die in a gutter instead of my kid. Ain't been here long.
He twirls his knife between his fingers.
Divine's gone. This blade is the only god watching over Fort Joy. Perhaps if those
An elf, caked in...
You believe what he says? That I am a thief?
He perks up and wipes...
Sahela, you speak to her? She is all right then. Good. She sees my trouble, of course. She already knows. It is all prepared. It is ready. I am too weak to go. But I must care for Sahela. You release me, I am grateful. I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. You know how he does? Like so. Thank you.
Don't tell anyone where you got this, eh?
Everything there? Good.
Hey! You're a little light in your pack, ain't you, mate? Who can blame you? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Fella in that cage is the thief. Stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe that. Sure do. Ask me. It'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around Griff.
She darts her tongue out of her mouth like a snake.
Some folks, and some reptiles. I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, sure do. Ask me. It'd have to be one of those.
She darts her...
I see plenty of liars in... Sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go? I was serious about what I said. Everything in my pack's been got by special... Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Only the finest, you know.
Worse than war rations, these. Ain't fit for beasts. Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Here's the goods. Like you wanted.
Got it?
If a magister finds us on you, you forget my name, here?
Take your coin, then.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much. Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
When's it gonna be killing time?
You come to fight. You come to prove yourself. You come to be good. Who aids you? Choose wisely. Whether you fail or succeed, you do not fight more than once.
Can we get on with this?
to none.
Healing!
I'm fading.
Wait. Oh, that's what it does. Okay, okay.
Healer!
Won't budge.
Well, that was easy.
No, it wasn't.
Congratulations to our champion. You may yet be the one. You prove yourself again, and again, and again. A warrior traveling the path of the wand should not be collared like a pet. I suggest you see the Tinkerer. You are...
Reveal the one.
Each day brings us one step closer.
I'm the only one with the guts. I deserve the glory.
The one will walk among us, though not today, it seems.
You don't become the one by winning just a match.
Each day brings us one step closer.
You cannot hurry the one. Patience does not come easy, however.
Someone will yet be chosen.
As you approach the blacksmith, you feel a bony hand on your arm. Fane leans in and whispers in your ear.
If it would be acceptable, I have an inquiry for this human. And if it would not be acceptable, well...
Fane approaches the blacksmith and quietly speaks to her. You can't overhear much, but he seems to... Fane's words are quiet, but you hear the blacksmith repeat, "Face Ripper," in...
What is it with creeps like you and Master Niles? I told him to slither back to his dungeon, and you can get too, freak!
Fane backs away, scratching his head. It seems that didn't go as he'd expected. He is lost in thought, though. She must have said something he found interesting.
Is it not enough that you travel with me? Go on then, bark away. Let's see if we can find any method in it. Oh, I think of them as little as possible. As much, I imagine, as you think of Gad. Not that there is anything wrong with you, of course, just that you're, well, not all that impressive. As impeccably mundane as I have come to expect. Regardless, further study...
The skeleton pulls a notebook from his robes.
Sorry.
It's you. It's really you. You gave him hell, did you? You're the champ, ain't you? You could well be the one.
She clasps her blackened hands before her and seems for a moment...
Then you're our best hope. You may become...
She looks around.
It would mean everything. The one will become... You may be the one to save us all. The one would be humble, just like you. There's only one thing to do. I've got to set you free. Your collar. Let me take it off. They may do just that. You'll have to be careful. But even if you're caught, you stand a better chance of getting out of... What a privilege!
She manipulates the ring around your neck in several quick yet intricate motions. Off pops your collar.
You hear me now. You get out of this place. You keep fighting. Where's the oil?
Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed, jokes to you.
Back then I was... Iffen Ben Mezd. Right? Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean. I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means?
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes... She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheek. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours. The light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to...
Anyway, what were we talking about? Ah, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more to say about it, I guess. Papa Joris used to tell me, Losa, he'd say, Losa, you ever find yourself in a sinking ship, follow the rats. They'll find you a way out. Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend to know what's what. I've given a few shows around Reaper's Coast. Might be you saw a poster or a flyer. Might be you even heard about the, Well, I was giving this concert up on Overlook Hill. There was a great, but I guess it was too good. I had me a little sauce flare-up. Everyone went a bit... I snapped out of it before anyone got hurt, but the Magisters caught me backstage afterwards. Really? Are you hospitable too? Put it like this. You've never been a host, I bet. That's because you're an infested clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. But I'm a roadside inn. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disin. Now, isn't that just the question of the hour? So, how are you enjoying the joy? Yeah? You want to check this place out together? It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few... Lately I've been in... Sounds fine. Yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. What's up, God?
The shrine depicts Lucian the Divine, avatar of the 7 gods. A low, resonant vibration. Your knees buckle. The hum grows.
Shrine, by the looks of it.
Ain't fit for beasts.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? Oh, very droll. Listen up. You must think me mad to approach a stranger, but this camp is full of cowards. You would be too if you'd been here as long as I have. I've been here a long time. I have a way out of here. Are you interested? Believe whatever you want. This may be your only chance. Oh, noble. But after the magic... Good luck with your friends, though.
Irma!
She's gone, Farah. Gone!
Please, please, you must help Irma. She's called Irma. I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger. I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was washing out her tunic. I turned from her. Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her, give her the doll and tell her. Mummy says this...
She soaks up a steady stream of...
She ought to come with you then. She ought to follow you back. This place turns people cold. You are an...
Why hasn't Alexander risen yet?
It's too tight.
ain't fit for beasts.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again.
You already know the terms. Nothing else. Sure. Have a...
Everything there?
You there! What the devil are you doing without your collar? Do I look like an idiot?
I should find a way out of this mess before someone comes to replace my collar.
All right. I just... They do terrible things here. If they think for you... I tried to leave. I heard of a shout. The undead had their hands on me in 5 minutes. Not seen. Heard. I heard a scream. It can't happen to me. It... Outside the bones are gnashing. What to do? What to do? Poor thing. Poor... Who are you?
Let's try that again.
All right. Not seen. I heard his scream. It can't happen to me. Shh. I tried to leave. The undead had their hands on me in 5 minutes. Outside the... What to do? Poor thing.
I should be careful. The last thing I need is unwanted attention.
Now let's save.
That's why you're here, isn't it?
It isn't right.
All right, now. Isn't right to save the entire realm from divine, damned chaos?
You got a good reason for barging into a private room, buddy? And? Got no reason to scratch out? You must be mad. Head out one way, you're back in the joy among the rabble. Head out another, you're knee-deep in the hollow marshes. I'll take a nice... Before you go, you haven't met a particular fella here, have you? Tall, black beard. Wouldn't be surprised if you'd met him before. Fella gets around. Half of me's afraid he's going to try and save... Anyhow, thanks and good luck.
Go on, speak. That's why you're here, isn't it?
It isn't right.
All right, now. Isn't right to save the entire realm from divine, damned chaos?
Please.
Gods know how much blood you have on your hands now. You can't let them go. This is our only hope against the Void Woke. I
Fasten tight.
Go on, speak. That's why you're here, isn't it? Right.
What the hell am I supposed to be fucking
All right, then. Isn't right to save the entire realm from divine, damned chaos?
Sorcerer! What do you think you're doing, prowling around inside the fort? There's not a magister within 100 miles who any other tales you want to try? Don't think so. You broke the rules by coming down here, buck. Divine's rules. Huh? Traitor!
I'll yield.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Really? Alright, now you're just being assholes.
Oh, I'm fading.
Oh, come on!
How many was it, Del? How many of them did you let go? Go on, speak. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves through lips gummed.
You. Now, a little query. Where grows the yarrow? Maybe I unscrew your lid. You man.
Glory is
the Queen's beard. It looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer.
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
Not scared of a little elbow grease, are you? Once you've mastered the technique, business Sophie gains a still.
Carried it down into the dungeon. Fuck.
Mmm. Mm-hmm.
Patience, Mal. Patience. Patience.
I found you, didn't I? Not an attempt, mate. Not if I can. Time's up, Your Highness. It's stabbing time.
Damned nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really. Can't talk now. This is no time for idle chit-chat.
Can't talk now.
ought to feed you to my hounds for this treachery.
See, he likes it big and strong. Pulls it out all dilly-eyed. Twists and rubs and tweaks and ups. He strokes and pokes like all the blokes. You see, he'll touch it all day. Combs it out all dilly-eyed.
Hey, it's Beast.
You seem nice and all, at least when the mood strikes you. But I'd rather chat with your leader if you don't mind.
Say he likes it
Thick and long.
combs it out all dilly-eyed. Say he likes it big and strong. Combs it out all.
How many was it, Del? How many of them did you let go?
I'll stay safe. I will explore a bit more.